Hello and welcome to this show of Django l'Impressionniste, Django the Impressionist. This is a very peculiar repertoire composed by Django Reinhardt in his recording career between 1937 and 1950. He recorded 17 preludes for solo guitar, and these preludes are not very known. Probably one of the main reasons why is because the recording quality is not always great. Some of them have a pretty decent quality for the time, but it was never made for like a solo album. It never went to like the playing room with a classical engineer and record this stuff. So some of these pieces have been buried, and we found them like over time and all. But it's 17 preludes that are extraordinary. They show the composition power of Django and his knowledge, his total knowledge of harmony. And I'm not saying understanding, I'm saying knowledge. He knew harmony, or harmony knew him probably even. So harmony is the grammar of music. Django was born in 1910, and 1910 benefits from the wave of the 19th century. The 19th century was very powerful culturally. And a lot of the people in the earlier part of the 20th century benefited from that state of mind. And actually, the first recording we have are all live recording of artists that have benefited from that state of mind of the 19th century. That's only later on that we started to like starting with the recording. But before that, there was no recording, so it was a different way of thinking music. Django grew up in Paris, and the music that was popular at that time was Debussy and Ravel, the people we call the Impressionists. Django really benefited from that, and that was his favorite music. He loved also Bach, and he loved Brahms a lot, we know that. And of course, like all classical music. And that's the foundation of everything Django played. Of course, he's known for his jazz take of music. He was a great jazz player. With the Hot Club of France, this would make him famous. But it wouldn't have been possible without the extreme knowledge of harmony and like the rules of music that he got from the classical environment. So I recorded this album, so Django the Impressionist, in 2 years ago, in 2019. And it has all 17 tracks. I'm gonna play them in order, except for one. Is the improvisation number 2, variation number 1. He has 3 takes of this one. That's the only one that he has several takes of. And so I decided for the flow of the concert to move it from its chronological order. So that's going to be the second piece. Otherwise, it's all going to be chronological. Also, today is the release of the book of transcriptions, Django the Impressionist. So, if you're a guitar player and you want to learn these wonderful pieces, now they're available, not only for guitar, because I wrote it in music and tablature. Anyway, it's now available. Okay, so I'm going to play the first one. He composed it in 1937. He was at the studio recording with his band. And at the end of the session, the engineer is like, would you like to record a solo piece? It's like, sure. And he recorded this wonderful composition. It's called Improvisation Number 1. The title is a little bit deceiving, because an improvisation, like you sit down and you improvise something, is one thing. This is obviously a very well composed prelude. It's a very beautiful piece of music, very well prepared. If I had to guess, I would say that he's been playing that for several years before recording it. It just was like an untitled prelude, but it's called Improvisation Number 1. You're gonna find in this piece like all the angles of what we call the Impressionist music, like Debussy and Ravel, and you're gonna find all these influences, all these mysteries, and also some great level of virtuosity that really is the trademark of Django Reinhardt. All right. Improvisation number 1. Now I'm going to play improvisation number 2, first version, which actually was recorded a bit later, was recorded in 1938. But that's the one I moved for the flow of the song. This one is even more reminiscent of the music of Debussy. And you see the title is improvisation number 2, but he plays it 3 times, and it's 3 times the same thing, because it is a composition. It is an untitled prelude. But anyway, I'm going to play it now. So that was improvisation number 2, first variation. The other two are very similar, but you will see it's in the shape of certain chords. Some variations are going to be different, but we'll see that later. Now, I'm going to play Parfum. Parfum was recorded as well in 1937 in the same session that Improvisation 1. Parfum means perfume, and I always imagine that he wrote this song with the concept of perfume, not the concept that we have nowadays, buying perfume at the mall, but the perfume 1910 growing up in the French countryside and all. It's a different thing altogether, probably closer to the Madeleine of Proust or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to play it now. It's a wonderful piece. It starts with a beautiful Debussy-esque type of theme, and it will tilt towards Spain a little bit toward the end, you will see. So now, the next two pieces are, they are from the same year. They are from 1937. They are from the radio. The quality is really, really, really bad. They're called two improvised guitar choruses. It's like a generic title. They were captured on the BBC. So it's for historical reasons. So we have these recordings, very poor quality, but because for historical reasons they were kept, I was able to like transcribe these two songs. And I found like, it's like two diamonds in the mud. These are two little preludes, so beautiful, so amazingly done. But the sound quality from the original recording really doesn't give them justice. It's like imagine 1937, a recording of a radio play. So it's like really, really bad. There's like the scratches and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to play them like back to back. Two improvised solos, like untitled improvised solos by Django Reinhardt. So I'm going to play the first one, take a couple of seconds, then the second one. So that was the two improvised guitar solos by Django Reinhardt, untitled. So this is 1937. In 1937, I'm just checking on the record, he records another piece, T42. So T42 is a famous jazz standard, of course, And Django recorded this marvelous version, fingerstyle, with these like crazy harmonizations. You will see. T for 2. That's the last piece he recorded in 1937. That was T for 2. The next piece is also a fingerstyle piece. It's the second version of Improvisation 2. So it's very similar. There are a couple of things that are different in the middle, a few voicings here and there, a few things, and the end is different. This is really what makes a difference in these three pieces, is the end. So I'm going to play it right now, and you will see the second ending is quite different than the first one, although it's going to drop the D as well. really like this last chord. It's like water. It's like a drop of water in a calm lake or something like that. What a beautiful idea he had here. The next one is also a piece on fingerstyle. That's the last one for a while. It's called Nagin. Nagin was his wife. It was recorded, actually, this one in 1939. I need to check. Yes, 1939. Same day as Echoes of Spain, which is going to be next. So, Nagin was Django's wife, and apparently they had like they lived a great bohemian life, and they traveled a lot, and there was really good times, and he wrote this song for her. It's a blues in G, but it's very same thing. The mastery he has of harmony is completely crazy, especially when you play it over a comping. Actually, in Django Experiment 6, my album Django Experiment 6, I recorded both versions, the solo version and then the one with the band comping, and you can hear how he places everything rhythmically over the blues. It's quite extraordinary. And so although it's a blues, so it has like a jazz feel to it, it's still very classical in essence and in the way he manipulates harmony. Nagin. So, after Nagin, the same day, he recorded another song called Echoes of Spain. The title was in English already. It was Echoes of Spain. It's not a translation. I really like this title because it's not Spain, it's Echoes of Spain. It's like a dream of Spain. It's like the vibe, the vibrations of Spain or something like that. It has a dream quality to it. Very impressionist, again, very much influenced by Debussy, but with a very strong Spanish touch. It's called Echoes of Spain. The next one, improvisation number 3. Actually, in the record, we are going to the third side. It was like, it's a double record, double vinyl. Improvisation 3. So there is 2 different versions of it. Call it variation 1 and variation 2. The first one is more exoteric. It's more like presented on the outside like that, very extroverted, if I may. And the second one is more introverted, more esoteric. It's almost like he recorded them the same day, back to back. It's almost like he played one to the outside, and then he turned inward and went through the looking glass and went inside this world of dreams and imagination and started to look inward. There is those, they're kind of facing each other. So I'm gonna play them one after the other. So after the first one, I'm gonna take a few seconds and then right away play the second one so you can feel the effect of one facing the other, okay? So it's called improvisation number 3. Now, let's move on. So, after improvisation 3 is improvisation 6. So they go like that. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4 in order, in chronological order. I know it's a weird chronological order, but it's because they started numbering those untitled guitar pieces, untitled guitar solos, like preludes, as they found them. So they found one, they say, oh, number 4, it was in 1949. Oh, number 5, the next one, oh, but it's 1947, you know, and then the next one, 46. So that's why they are in like random order, like that's the number. But chronologically, 6 is right after 3. It's a very wonderful piece. It starts with a beautiful Debussy-esque type of type of theme. It could totally be played by a flute or an oboe or something like that. And the more it goes, the more it leans towards Spain. That was improvisation 6. The next one is the last version of improvisation 2, so part 3, you know, third variation, and it's live. It was recorded live at the Civic Hall Opera House in Chicago in 1946, I believe. Yes, November 10, 1946. So there was a guy, I think he was a dentist or a surgeon or something, some kind of doctor. And he had like a year-round lodge in the opera house. And he was recording shows. He had like a recording device in the 40s, which was probably the size of a fridge or something like that. So he was like very rich. It was a very crazy thing to have at that time. And he recorded several shows like that. During this concert of Django Reinhardt and Duke Ellington, he recorded 4 tracks. And this is one of the 4 tracks. The intro is missing. I don't know if it's because Django didn't play it or if it's because he started the recording at that moment. I think it's more the second option. He probably started the recording after Django started. But I'm going to play it like he played on the recording. I'm just going to omit the first few bars and go directly to the main theme. The end is it's very mysterious. It's very good. You see, it's completely different than the other 2 versions again. So that was improvisation 2, third version, beautiful ending. Now the next one is called improvisation 5. It was, I believe it might have been recorded on radio. I'm not sure, I forgot. No, just a regular recording. I'm wrong. But it's a very beautiful piece that starts with a little bit of a Baroque type of theme, you know, very like the harmony, like very majestic in a way. And then also, little by little, it slides again towards Spain. And it's called Improvisation 5. So that was improvisation 5. And now is improvisation 4, because of that weird order. Improvisation 4 was recorded in 1949 in Rome. Rome is a very special series of recording. There is an anonymous person, apparently a rich industrial, we don't really know who that is, who said, I would love for Stephane Grappelli and Django Reinhardt to meet again. They haven't played together since the end of the war. And he's like, I would love to record them in Rome on 2 conditions. I will pay for everything, but I want to keep the master tapes, and I want to remain anonymous. So it happened. They went to Rome, and they recorded like a fabulous, incredible series of recording. If you want some of the best Django is 1949 Rome. It's easy to find. Label West just released a new remastered version that is incredible. I really highly encourage you to listen to the whole thing. It's amazing. But to this day, we still don't know who this person is. He remained anonymous, and we don't know where the master tapes are. So this is still a great mystery. Now, this piece is very impressionist, very floating, very beautiful. There is a great version by my friend Dominique Muzeau, M-U-Z-E-A-U, Dominique, and he's on Facebook. You can hear his version. It's completely amazing, with accordion and all, very floating, very impressionist. All right, so improvisation 4. So that was improvisation 4. And that's the last one of these improvisations. Now we have 2 last preludes, and these are the tough ones. 1950, Django finally he has like tape where he can record longer than like the usual 3 minutes. So now he can expand all his harmonic knowledge. Apparently, so he recorded the next 2 songs, which are the 2 last. Apparently, he recorded these versions for a movie. We don't know which movie. We don't know if the movie ever existed. Maybe it's like an imaginary movie or something. But these pieces are incredible. And we can really see the genius of Django, his knowledge in harmony. So this one is called Belleville. And that was Belleville by Django Reinhardt. And now the last one is actually a crazy version of Nuage. Nuage means the clouds, and that's perhaps his most famous composition with minor swing. And he plays it in the key of F. And usually when the guitar player love to play it in the key of G because we have all the harmonics and stuff. But the first version he recorded with the clarinet was in F, and he keeps it as such. But he doesn't only keep it into Nuage the song, he goes to like various atmospheres and stuff. You will see like a lot of Spanish stuff again. And same thing, it's like a longer type of prelude, and it really shows how amazing was his control of harmony. Nuage. And that was Nuage by Django Reinhardt, the last one. So this is it for Django the Impressionist. You can get the record if you want, vinyl, CD, everything, and the book of transcription if you want to play it. It's available now, so don't hesitate. It was a great 80 minute, 90 minute, whatever that was, spent with you, and hopefully see you live very soon. Peace.